Why do 60% of close military encounters happen in hotspots like the Caribbean? The answer lies in geography, politics, and history. The Caribbean, with its strategic sea lanes and proximity to both North and South America, has long been a crossroads for global powers. It's a region where U.S. interests, regional ambitions, and international rivalries all collide, making it a flashpoint for military posturing and high-stakes encounters. Venezuela's warplanes just buzzed a U.S. Navy ship for the second time. Here's what you need to know. It happened again. This isn't just a one-off incident, it's part of a pattern that's raising eyebrows in military and diplomatic circles alike. Venezuelan military jets made a close approach to a U.S. Navy ship right in the Caribbean's tense waters. The jets flew so close that, according to some reports, crew members aboard the U.S. vessel could see the markings on the aircraft. These kinds of maneuvers are not just risky, they're deliberate signals, meant to show strength and resolve. The incident unfolded over international waters, but in a zone where territorial claims and military patrols often overlap. Both sides have their own interpretation of what happened, but the facts remain. The jets came dangerously close, and the U.S. Navy was forced to respond with heightened alertness. Pentagon officials confirmed the U.S. vessel was operating safely when the jets swooped in, flying dangerously near. The U.S. Navy crew followed strict protocols to avoid escalation, but the tension in those moments was palpable. This is the second encounter in just a few days. The frequency of these incidents is alarming, and each one increases the risk of a miscalculation that could have serious consequences. And every time it happens, the risk for a mistake rises. A single wrong move, a misunderstood signal, or a technical malfunction could turn a close call into a full-blown crisis. Experts warn, these close calls aren't just headline drama. They could spiral into something far more serious if someone miscalculates. History is full of examples where small incidents have triggered larger conflicts, especially in regions as volatile as the Caribbean. The echoes of the Cold War still linger here, where U.S. and Soviet ships once shadowed each other in these same waters. Today the players may have changed, but the stakes remain just as high. The Pentagon says no shots were fired, but the situation is being watched closely. Military analysts are poring over radar data, communication logs, and satellite imagery to piece together exactly what happened and to prepare for what might come next. Are these maneuvers just saber-rattling by Venezuela, or is something bigger brewing beneath the surface? Some believe it's a show of force aimed at domestic audiences, while others see it as a message to the U.S. and its allies. Venezuelan authorities claim it's all routine training. They insist their pilots are simply conducting scheduled exercises, and that there's no intention to provoke or escalate tensions. But the timing of these flights, so close to U.S. naval operations, raises questions. Why now? Why here? And why with such apparent disregard for the risks involved? But U.S. officials say the timing and the proximity send a different message, one that Washington can't ignore. For the U.S., these incidents are not just about military hardware. They're about signaling, deterrence, and maintaining freedom of navigation in international waters. With tensions simmering in the Caribbean, the world is watching. Allies and adversaries alike are monitoring every move, every statement, and every maneuver for signs of what might come next. The international community is on edge, with some calling for restraint and dialogue, while others warn that continued provocations could lead to unintended consequences. Will these close encounters stay just that, or could they turn into something much worse? The answer depends on the decisions made in the coming days, by pilots in the sky, commanders at sea, and leaders in distant capitals. Don't miss an update. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more insights on global hotspots. We'll keep you informed as this story develops, and as the world holds its breath, watching the Caribbean for what happens next.